Hi everybody, welcome. It's Barbie Rocks. So I'm going to take a moment and I'm going to share with you what I picked up at the Lynnwood Vintage Doll and Teddy show that was held on November the 10th, 2019 in Lynnwood, USA. So I had a wonderful time traveling there, trying to make it a fun trip. We had a really great experience, a lovely show, and then of course I always thrift afterwards. But here we are. Let's dive in, and I'm going to show you my finds and how my weekend went. So here we are. So when we walked in, I'm really new to all this vintage dolls. So this is my second show. I really paid no interest into vintage dolls until I went to this sale. And Barbie Rocks, now we love vintage. So we're going to try and share with you all that we are learning and finding with our vintage dolls. So I guess this is my collection here. So I think bisque and porcelain dolls are beautiful. And I think I'm very drawn to these vintage bisque dolls or composition. I think with the bisque dolls, because their skin looks realistic and it looks like a beautiful matte finish. You see how beautiful the skin looks? This bisque, how beautiful and how matte the finish is. And that's what has drawn me into collecting these beautiful dolls. Not only there's something special about holding these bisque dolls. You get that warm and fuzzy feeling with the history that is embedded in these beautiful dolls. I think in the with bisque and porcelain, they peaked in the 1860s and the 1900s with French and German dolls. So I am so intrigued and fascinated with these vintage dolls, and I'm going to show you. We went to the show. This is the one I picked out. So my goal, I only had one goal, and that was to pick out at least one doll for myself, and to start introducing me to vintage dolls, and start collecting them when I am able to, because some of them are reasonably priced, but some of them, really precious ones, can go higher in price. But here we are. These are the two that I picked up for myself. I'm so grateful to have these two. One is an Armand Marceau and one is a Kessner, and I'm only learning about them. I don't know a lot about them. So this doll here, this is the Armand one. See how precious her face is? And I really, really love this because she came with this soft hair. I think that's mohair, and look how the curls fall. Her face is beautiful. The porcelain, if you can feel that, is just, oh my goodness. It's so dreamy. Oh my God, I love it. This is her beautiful eyes. She's a brown-eyed girl. She's got 2 teeth. And she came in this vintage dress. I don't know if it's original to the doll. I'm only learning about these dolls. It looks like she's got a bisque face and she's got composition arms. But you see how the arms has a ball there, jointed, and there's all her fingers were there. So happy about that. The only thing, gorgeous gown I found her in. It looks like it's a vintage gown. If you ever look at these fabrics, they are just beautiful. It's so intricate. And this doll here is called a 390 A7M with a replacement wig and vintage dress. It was priced at $145. She gave me a bit of a discount on it, so grateful. And what I noticed about this doll, I mean, there she is, and her knee joint, but there was a lot of damage to the bottom of the doll here. But, see on the side here? So it looks like this doll was dropped once, and right in between where the leg joints are, It's got a little damage to the bottom, but you know what can you do? They are vintage dolls, so it's one of my first real vintage doll. My second one that I bought was this one here. It's called a Kessner number 196. It's a mechanical 24-inch doll. Originally priced at $325. I got her for $80. I was so happy. And not only that, the beautiful vendor threw me in a dress, and she threw me in these shoes. So I'm very grateful. This Kessner doll is different. She's got beautiful bisque face and brown glass eyes, and she's got 4 teeth there. Bisque, I think that's composition body, and she's a walking mechanical one. So see that she's got a little tie there that turns, and see all the mechanical parts on the bottom. So I'm gonna start looking for a dress for her, and there's the mechanical hardware there. So I'm just learning. So with this, I want to put something here, like something to cover this, because I think that's going to tear on the clothing. So I'll think of that later. But here, I want to show you some other finds that I found. Okay, this one here I found thrifting at a Valley Village. She was adorable face. She's composition. She is big. She's like more than about 24 inches tall. Very, very adorable. I also like these dolls. This is just a plastic vintage doll. I love this African American. She's cute. Sleep eyes. Plastic, vinyl, hollow. But I liked her hippie-ish outfit. And then this one here, I also, as I was getting intrigued with these vintage dolls, I decided I would just look for some newer porcelain dolls. And these ones I found, they're pretty much the same. They play music. I think I paid $10 for them. And I noticed that one of them had a tag still. It's called Sugar and Spice by Gorham Dolls. So that's my introduction to new dolls, and they are beautiful. One is brown-eyed, one is blue-eyed, and I love the porcelain, how the cheeks are. But you know, nothing compares to your vintage dolls, but still beautiful. Then at the flea market, I picked a reproduction of an Armand, I think. And this one is about a 21-inch, I think. And there's a cute little dress. I don't know if that's vintage or not. These are just reproductions, so I don't gather they are. She's got a little beauty mark there. Gives her a different flavor, different look. But here I have a Shirley Temple that I thrifted. Isn't she cute? Look at her hair. And it looks like she's supposed to be holding something. She's all porcelain, newer porcelain. I found this Poland doll by Earl Poland. And it's a 19-inch doll. She's got a closed rosebud mouth. And it says that this doll, I think, was 1947. And the company was bought out by Mattel. But how interesting. Like, I'm just learning about vintage dolls. And she's got sleepy eyes, but she had, I think it's all composition. She's missing an arm, but just the most adorable look on her, on this doll. This is another, I think it's just composition doll I found. And there's her face, and she's got sleepy eyes. I found this newer porcelain cute doll. Looks like she's got something on her top. But there's her blue eyes, still beautiful, the newer ones. And here is another beautiful porcelain doll, cute face. But this one is I found at the flea market. Oh my God, isn't she cute? Look at those cheeks. And she looks an older doll. I don't know anything about this doll. She came with this wedding veil. And it's very, very brittle, this veil. But here she is. Okay. And let's swing on over at the doll show and teddy show. So I found 2 vintage books, More 20th Century Dolls, Volume 2, which from Bisque to Vinyl, so by Joanna Gass Anderton. So I'm going to try and read through these and educate myself. I found an antique collector's doll book, so I'm going to give this a good read sometime. I'm going to be so excited to learn all about QPs, porcelain, bisque, German, French dolls. And not only am I learning by thrifting and attending doll shows, so I was lucky to attend 2, hoping in the future that Barbie Rocks could attend more when we get more time on our hands. But one of the table vendors was a Nancy Ann vendor. Oh my God, I fell in love with them. This is the earlier one that I bought, and it's a whole history to Nancy Ann dolls. So here's this one here, and I wonder who she is. I can't really read that, but it's American Girl Colonial, number 5612, with these Nancy Ann dolls. They're all bisque, so their whole bodies are bisque. They've got like linen pants, so adorable. The outfits are to die for, and they're removable, and that's the bonus to them. But I found her, and then I wanted this one here. It says it's won a first place prize, and it's called number 171 Daffy Down Dilly, $16. So beautiful. And then the other vendor gave me these ones for $2, and it looks like these ones are a little longer, taller Nancy Ann, so I'm just learning about them. And there's another one, just the feel of them in your hands. They're gorgeous. They're heavy. They're beautiful. I love these ones more than the Nancy Anns that came out later that were plastic. I'm loving the bisque dolls. I noticed with the older one, like this is an older one, you'll see the hands are really quite different from the newer ones. Like that's a newer hand, and there's an older hand, and the older one is a lot slimmer. But lots of different varieties and variations, and a lot to learn about Nancy Ann. It's a whole collection of Nancy Anns, but these are the Nancy Anns I picked up. And I haven't really figured out who they are yet, but I think the gowns will give it away. Look at the intricacy of the fabric that they used. I was reading about Nancy Ann, and I learned that the lady that started it, and then the company went down through different people, but it was the cost of these fabrics that got quite costly. And when the fabrics phased out, it was hard. But look at the delicate lace on that. See, I just love the vintage lace. And I love the vintage fabrics that they used back then. All high quality. And this one is probably, the vendor so kindly was explaining to me about the use of pins during that time. And all the storybook dolls have stamps on their back. It says storybook doll. And she was explaining to me the reasons why the dolls came out in ties. This indicates an older doll. I guess during the war it was hard to come by pins, the materials, right? So back then they substituted the pins. They used ties at that time. So she was telling me that this may be a 1947 doll, like 1940s. Alice, Sweet Alice. Okay, little rough shape. And I noticed here, Alice. And then this one here is a little bit older than 1947 because it's got the pin. So here we are. My partner will be posting a more thorough video when we were speaking to the vendors, so who were just, it was such a treat to listen to their stories. And what I love is when dolls find friendships and bond friendships and relationships. So much fun. And then this one here, look at her. So it's a bonus to have the little tags on that tell you what the doll is. But see here again, I'm drawn to these the dresses and the lace. Okay, and then we of course went thrifting, and these are my thrift finds. I found I still love Barbies. So this is an older Barbie. She looks like about a 1979 Barbie. And there's her outfit. And then and this was from one of the there was only one Barbie vendor there this year. So I picked up this one in her, kind of her box of dolls that were going for a lot cheaper. So I didn't mind that. So I picked up a Twist TNT. A little bit chewed up, but that's okay. Hold her up for you all. Her hair is still pretty full, so I'm gonna style that and clean her up. And then I found this doll who intrigued me at a Value Village. See her face? How pretty. Okay, so, and it looks like this is a Hong Kong doll. A vintage Hong Kong, but look at the eyes. This is my first Barbie like this. Well, clone Barbie from Hong Kong. Quite beautiful. Okay, and then, so I'm going to wrap this up. I hope you guys enjoyed my find. My partner's going to post hers, so you might get double the information, but all in all, we had a great time. This is my version of my experience and my dolls I picked up, and Barbie Rock's partner too will show hers. And I wanted to, if you want to get connected in the doll community, there was the Supporting the Mission, the United Federations of Dolls Club, where you educate, preserve, and conserve in the unity their strength. And so they were just letting us know that if you wanted to be a member, you can do so. And here's all the information about annual fees. And what was a bonus about that is you support the mission of preserving the beautiful heritage of dolls. And then also there was the complete guide to antique, vintage, and collectible antique doll collector. And it's an international magazine devoted to antique artists, vintage and iconic mid-century dolls, plus bears, dollhouse miniature patterns, and related collectibles. And it was a special deal because if you subscribed, you got 5 free issues. So I might just do that because this will help me educate myself. So I will just wait. I'm pondering this, and so I just wanted to share that with you all, that if you wanted to be part of, to learn more about dolls and antique dolls, here we are. And you could subscribe to them. So you go under antiquedollcollector.com, www. And then upcoming shows, I'll just show you some upcoming. So here's another upcoming show, Crossroads Doll and Teddy Bear Show Sale, March 14th and 15th, 2020. And it's taking place at Puyallup, Washington. And it's from 10 to 4. There's early birds. So isn't this it's a family friendly event and fun for everyone, and bring up to 2. Oh wow, you can bring up to 2 informal appraisals. So maybe I just might do that if I can attend that and get some dolls appraised. You can get $1 off. Okay, and then another upcoming show is this one here. Actually, this is just the United Federation of Dolls Club membership. So, beautiful dolls. And then there's another upcoming show. at the DoubleTree Hotel in Seattle, April 25th to 23rd to the 25th, 2020 coming up. And there's early bird registrations open through November 30th. And there's the website. So a lot of upcoming shows. I hope Barbie Rocks can try and attend some more of them, and hopefully we can share you all our finds. So had a great time. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Thanks for joining, and hope you guys enjoyed my finds. So until our next videos, keep on thrifting, keep on educating and collecting your vintage and all your dolls. So bye from Barbie Rocks. Until our next video, guys.